Welcome back to the One Step Journey podcast, season 3, episode 16.
16.
Let's go. Thank you guys so much for tuning back in, taking another step with us here today on our journey, your journey, whatever journey you are on
journey
here
you
today.
may be on.
Thank you so much for tuning back in.
Yes. The Sweet 16 of season 3. We're here.
We are here, dude.
It's almost March Madness, actually.
It really is, man.
Which is crazy.
I couldn't tell you who's going to win.
I could not tell you at all.
All I know is just Cooper Flag. That's the only guy
Flag
I know.
at Duke.
That's
My
it.
dad is happy about it.
I don't know anybody
I don't know
else.
if they're even still ranked number 2, but I know he's been playing out of his mind lately.
Yeah. Who was number 1? Do you even know?
I have no idea.
Couldn't tell you.
I think it was Alabama or like Auburn for a little bit.
Yeah, it was someone from the SEC. You're right.
I think it was Auburn.
It's so interesting.
It's coming up, though, here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's wild,
We're here.
man. It's been wild. I mean,
March 7th.
Jesus.
Yeah. We're here.
Almost done with Q1.
Almost done with Q1.
Yeah, just a quick check-in, dude. How's everything going? Wrapping up Q1?
We got a big
Doing
event
well?
coming up in a couple weeks.
Do you?
Big event in Oak Brook.
Let's go.
On the 18th and the 19th. That's what's been the full focus and the stress of the last like 3-4 weeks, man. It's full go. All in.
What's been
That's what 2 hours of the call was this morning, bro. It was all about that.
Yeah,
Checking
yeah.
in on accounts. What's our action plan?
Totally.
Where are we going? Like, just, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
All the preparation.
100%.
Because you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail.
For sure.
So going into the event, we want to make sure we're buttoned up.
Yeah.
We're teed up, literally, so that all of the accounts, we know exactly where we're at, what kind of play we need to make on them, get them there, and then hopefully close up a bunch of business.
Yeah.
If we could do $1 million a month, that'd be awesome.
That'd be for the whole company?
No, for just like my team.
Your
At
team,
the
sorry,
event.
your
for
team.
The, for the
I'm
event,
sorry.
For the event, just for my team, yeah.
That'd be
$1 million
incredible.
a month would be amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. That'd be
Big
huge
time,
for everyone,
big
dude.
time.
The company.
It'd be a big weight off of our shoulders, too.
Amen.
Which would be huge.
Just kind of going in and getting, those
Yeah.
systems keeping on rocking and
Need
rolling.
to.
Dude. So,
What's going on with you, though, brother? You good?
I'm good, bro. Yeah, we're
Yeah?
good. Just tired. We're good.
Yeah, it's one of those days.
It's been a long
It's
week.
gloomy. It's been raining all day.
Yeah.
It's Friday evening. Like
know.
it's, we're here after work.
It sucks.
And
It's just been a long day, man. But
it's been a long week, yeah.
But it's one of those things where, it's, I don't know. And it's actually really interesting. I'll actually share a little bit because I had this conversation with Christina the other day. And we were talking at dinner and I've noticed why I'm like, I feel like I'm going like crazy right now in my head. I don't know what it was. And I was trying to think, it's like my day to day now compared to a year ago.
It's completely different.
So different.
Yeah.
I was in chaos, go around people, responding to a crisis, got to be pulled this direction.
Yeah.
And now it's like when I don't have something to work towards or like something that's keeping me busy,
You feel lost.
I do. It's been really tough. I've noticed that. It's been there,
Yeah.
I think. I don't think I know it's been there, but it hasn't really been at the forefront of my mind to actually think and see that.
Yeah.
So it's just a big
It's
adjustment.
like a new quote unquote dilemma.
Yeah, it really is.
Right.
Because I'm being pulled like, okay, all I've known is like, I like this kind of chaos over here.
Yeah.
But my new person, the new man that I'm
new
becoming,
chapter, yeah.
chapter is pulling me in this direction, which is more, it's a little bit slower.
A little bit slower, a little bit more freedom,
Right.
kind of to choose what you're doing and what you're focusing on.
Yeah. But it's
Yeah.
like I'm being pulled in so many different directions. And it's just, again, just something I've noticed. So that's why I think I'm just tired this week. I don't know.
I don't know. It's kind of weird to think about it, for the last, whatever it was, 5-6 years of your life when you
6
were
years, dude.
6 years when you were
Yeah.
in that role, it was like cruise control, 100 miles an hour you're going. And it's like now all of a sudden you got to start using the gas and the brake and you're like, whoa. What's going on?
The gas is here?
Yeah.
Or the
it's like,
the
wait.
brake is here?
Yeah.
the brake
the brake is here, right? And it's like I have like a little bit more control over like how I'm driving this car. You know what I mean? Just got to readjust.
You have to.
It's a
That's it.
readjustment period.
That's all that it is. Yeah.
So let me ask you, what are some tips and things that you're going to do to kind of help yourself readjust to that?
Well, I think the first thing is just being aware of it.
Yeah.
Because, right, like
That's a big step.
I've been going insane and not really understanding what it is. So I had to do an internal audit of like, okay, what's going on? So that's the first thing. So the fact that I've brought awareness to it.
That's big. That's a big step already. It's just becoming aware to something.
Totally. And just now I can actually slow down a little bit and strategize a little bit more. And I realize I don't have to go 1,000,000 miles per hour.
You don't have to.
No, like everything there's a certain cadence and rhythm within like sales or communication or deadlines, whatever it may be. So for me, to answer your question, have awareness to it, right? Take a moment just for more gratitude.
Yeah.
And just have a plan to slow down. And hey, if I don't get to everything today, that's okay.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm not going
100%.
to get to everything in my checklist.
Yeah.
No one does. If you do, I mean,
Unless your checklist is only like 2 things.
Right. But like
wake up and make bed.
Yeah.
Checklist done, right? Like,
but
yeah.
honestly though, like props to those people for having the checklist
big.
in a serious note.
That is big.
So, but yeah, for me, focusing on that going into even just into the weekend, dude.
That is, yeah.
Gonna be something I'm gonna focus on, dude.
Are you starting to pick up some more hobbies?
We are actually
Like just like outside of work and everything, and outside of like basketball. Like, are you picking up some new stuff?
So Christina and I are, yeah. So this week we actually we're trying to we actually want to get involved in some sort of community.
Yeah.
Whether it's I don't know, whether it's like a volleyball league or some sort of league, or even if it's like some sort of even like just some event that we can get to once a month with like a
Volleyball would be so fun, man.
Volleyball would be fun. We did that a couple years ago. Sand volleyball league in the summertime. It was awesome.
I remember when you guys were doing that.
It was so fun, dude.
And then we did it at your surprise party at that place in Downers. The sand volleyball was so much fun.
I had so much fun.
In the Janko jeans.
I did. I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave. And I'm pretty sure you were rocking the Jeter too that day.
I was rocking the Jeter with the Janko jeans rolled up, man, with Anthony Rocco.
Rocco was getting after it, dude.
Yeah,
he was getting live.
He was live. Was so much fun.
I know.
But I remember when you guys were in that the volleyball league.
Yeah.
It's big, I feel like, when you're going through this quote-unquote dilemma, we'll call it, right? Mm-hmm. Where you're so used to chaos, going balls to the wall every day, and you're able to take a step back and get a little bit more freedom into your life, finding other things that you enjoy, picking up new hobbies, volleyball, writing. I know you already do a lot of reading. Whatever it is, just finding other stuff that's going to keep you busy, that you're going to, it's like another creative outlet, another like sports outlet, whatever it is, just to keep your mind on something.
It is. Yeah, but it's weird.
You know, because if we just sit in this room with nothing to do, that's when you go a little stir crazy.
Yeah.
But when you got volleyball to look forward to on the Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then it's, you know what I mean? You got a book club or you got a Bible study or whatever on, Wednesday or Friday, something to look forward to. Now, maybe there's a little bit more downtime, right? But now you have something that you're excited about, something else that you're going to be doing, and that's going to be filling some of that void.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I do know what you mean. So that's a lot of what we're working towards right now, whatever capacity, man. So
have things just like slowed down with some of the different projects that you've been working on when it comes to LQ and when it comes to JEL, or like
it's steady? Yeah, it's very steady. It's a lot more busy work. As a, right? Like we have clients that were, doing a lot of reach outs to, a lot of cold calling, a lot of emails, and really trying to secure some deals, right? Or we're, tapping into, reaching out to our clients and, hey, we got something else going on here, X, Y, and Z. So it's not, there isn't there's no deadline as of right now. Yeah. Right. So it's not from a psychological standpoint. Gotta
go,
hustle and bustle.
Go.
Yeah, it's more just steady.
There's no time crunch here.
There isn't. There are some, potential, deadlines. It's going to be a deadline, obviously, with some of these cases we got going on. We just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
Right? You see what I'm saying? So
I got you.
It kind of shifts that perspective a little bit, but, you don't want to wait too long. Because there is a window of opportunity.
There is a window of opportunity, and you definitely want to get out ahead of things, right? As we're like crossing the
I know,
lines.
it's so funny. I just noticed that too.
Right?
It's just,
how do you kind of overcome some of that procrastination? When there is no deadline, how do you find motivation on wanting to get out and get it done? Because that was one of the biggest things that I've always struggled with, especially when it came to school, because I was never really, oh my God, I'm so excited to like write this paper, or like I'm excited to study for this exam. But I was always like, okay, the paper's due in 3 weeks. And I always kind of found myself doing it, the weekend before. Like the one thing about me is I always got it done, and I always did a good job on it, right? I always got good grades in school. But what I struggled with was stuff like that, where it wasn't like, oh my God, I'm so excited to do this. Getting out and getting the work started and like slowly getting it done, right? And getting out ahead of the curve. So how do you kind of find that motivation where you're working on some of these projects where maybe the timeline is a year or two down the road, finding that motivation to get out and get after it right now, as opposed to like just waiting?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes complete sense. For me, something that I'm exploring more of is I would just used to just sit in the office and just work until I'm like, okay, I'm burnt out. And then I gotta go grab lunch or go for a walk, go work out, whatever. Working in increments of 25 is usually pretty good. 25 minutes, have a 5-minute break. You can go on your phone. You can go out, whatever you need to do, and then get right back to it. It's also really good to... It's a good cadence, a good breakup. I mean, we are humans. We're not computers.
Really?
Yeah, right? I know. It sounds crazy, but we're not made to go all day long.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's just, again, it's taking a step back to realize your situation, what you have and where you're at, because my situation's different than yours.
Yeah.
Right. Like you're out in the field a whole heck of a lot more than I am, where I'm just in my office all day. I go to the library. I try to go to coffee shops, try to get out of the house, or else I'm just going to go insane. You know what I mean? So, but to answer your point, chunking things up, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes later, just kind of get that rhythm down.
Yeah.
But also have some grace with yourself.
Yeah.
There's going to be times though, like, it's maybe a Friday, Saturday night, and I'm working late. Like I got to get some stuff done. I want to get ahead of things.
Yeah.
If it's a new project, I want to learn more about this really quickly, and then we can start to execute the following week.
I love that. That was going to be one of my questions, is like, how do you primarily work? Because like I did work remote for like 3.5, 4 years, and I was never somebody who would like sit in front of the computer and work for like 8 hours straight.
Yeah.
I'm somebody that works in sprints. I get a lot of stuff done in like 30 to 60 minutes. I feel like that's kind of my window on something when I'm like extremely focused, 30 to 60 minutes, and then I need some sort of like mental break. Whether it's just like going and like watching a quick like 15-minute, 10-minute YouTube video, eating a little food, whatever, and then getting back out and focusing it.
Yeah.
But I guess where I was going with that question was maybe not necessarily like your workflow, but it was like maybe mentally, because some of us, when it comes back to the delayed gratification, right? Let's say that you're working on a new settlement for JEL, and your deadline is not going to be until 2028, right? How are you finding the motivation to get out there and get after it right now and like grind and work on some of these cases when you know that you got like a 3-year window? So you're like, I don't have to go balls to the wall right now. Like, how are you kind of motivating yourself to get it done now?
It's a great question. The answer is simple. Surrounding yourself with really good people
who are just going and getting after it.
Right. Because I posted this the other day on my page, I think, as you saw. You want to go fast, go alone.
Yeah.
But if you want to go far, go travel in a pack, go with the community. Because think about it, right? I'm not going to be there I'm not going to have the motivation every day.
Yeah.
No one is, right? We've talked about that. Discipline is what's going to get you to where you want to go.
Yeah.
But you need to have someone who's going to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
Someone who's going to push you. Someone who's going to pick you up. Because there's maybe days where Adam's at 100% and I'm at maybe, let's say,
15, 10.
Whatever it is.
And then a day like today where you're kind of slow in the mud. Like,
yeah. And then the roles flip, right? So I think that's also, another thing too. Is like, it's not going to be perfect every day.
Yeah.
I had this envision in my head that, there's going to be wins every single day, this, that, and the third. And then I was like, okay, I'm living in a fantasy land.
Fairy tale fantasy land. Like,
what am I?
You get humbled real quick.
What
with
am I
that kind of
doing?
mentality.
Well, but to my default, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Because I've come from education my whole life.
Yeah.
And then you get into business. I've been doing it on the side, but I've had other things to consume my time too, where I haven't had a chance to really go all in like I am now.
Yeah.
So the learning curve, it's just so quick. Like, I'm learning it really quickly now. It's like, okay, I'm starting to see things. A lot of what I've learned within social work carries over into my job. And sorry, I'm kind of rambling here, but you kind of get back on track. Is for me, it's having that community. Because yes, like I had mentioned earlier, I work at home. I go out by myself, and but I also kind of like that too, because it pushes you to be disciplined every single day, to get better.
Yeah.
You got to enjoy that journey, enjoy that process. Is it going to be perfect? No.
Yeah.
There's going to be days where you're just like, I don't want to get up, but just do it. And the more I know, the more I do those actions that are required of me every single day.
Yeah.
The more luck per se goes my way. Yeah. That's just the nature of it.
100%.
Because you're putting in the work, but you're not seeing it right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a quote. I want to pull this up because it's going to be ironic because it's starting to become one of my favorite verses here, and I can't even remember it.
Yeah.
But it's newer to me. One of the things that it's from Matthew. It's from Matthew 9:29. Because of your faith, it will happen. Because of your faith, it will happen. So having faith in something you can't see and doing what is required of you to achieve that, it's going to happen.
That's big.
It's big.
That's big.
Yeah.
So I love that a lot.
Yeah.
I got a question for you because I watched the new Nelk Boys podcast. I'm not sure if you saw who they had on as their guest for the newest.
I know who it is.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's Andrew Tate.
I saw that.
So right as soon I was driving back I was up in like the Libertyville area, Vernon Hills area the other day. It was actually the day that we had talked on the phone.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like an hour and a half from my house, and I was driving back after work
Oh,
late.
just perfect timing. Yeah, just listening to the car.
And there was like an hour and a half. Like literally the episode was an hour and 24. And, he's obviously got a lot of outlandish stuff that he talks about
100%.
and a lot of, just
It's borderline stuff for
borderline
most, for
stuff
sure.
for a lot of it. But there's also a lot of truth that he was talking about. And I just got a question for you that he was kind of talking about, something that really stood out to me. He said that motivation isn't real.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of interested to kind of get your thoughts on like how you feel about that. Is motivation real? Or at the core of it,
Yeah.
are you lacking discipline?
That's interesting. So, I mean,
Because one thing that I will say, like, I think motivation is real.
I agree.
But I think it's extremely temporary and it's an emotion.
Mm-hmm. No, I totally agree. And I wonder if that's what
What he was talking about.
maybe he left it open for interpretation.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a sharp enough guy to know how to
He's
get
very
people
black
going.
and white, though. He's just like, you just got to go out and do it. Like, fuck motivation. Like, it's not real.
That
Like,
is true.
You're in your head. You're a loser. Right? Like,
Therapy? No, go do this.
How he goes about
okay.
it. But then it had me thinking, right? Mm-hmm. Is it really as real as we kind of blow it up to be? I got to get really motivated. Oh my gosh. Like, you know what I mean? I got to put on this song or I got to listen to this to get motivated. Or is it like when you're doing any of that kind of stuff, whether it's a song, whether it's the video you're watching or whatever, is it just kind of flipping on that switch of discipline? And you're going back now to your natural, like, disciplinary habits.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
not disciplinary, but like, you know what I mean? Like your habits of
just
like discipline.
Going
Yeah.
back to your roots, going back
Yeah.
to the basics. Yeah. That is interesting. I mean, I would say I do agree with you. I don't think, I mean, it is an emotion. I'm not motivated every day.
Yeah.
You think I want to get up at 5 a.m. every day?
Absolutely not.
No, like I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But there are days where I do feel more motivated than
You kind of
others.
shoot out of bed and you're like, yep, ready to get it.
100%.
Yeah.
But to your point, like that's not there every day.
Mm-hmm.
So, it is interesting. And I think everyone responds differently because everyone isn't the same person.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's different.
Right. And like I get with what he's saying and why he's saying it, but for some person who's not on that path of wanting to maybe get to where they're at in life or
Yeah.
it's not going to click with them. So
Yeah.
they're obviously going to have a different perspective on him, if that makes sense.
No, 100%.
But I would say that motivation to me is an emotion. It
is an
It does
emotion.
come and go. I know you kind of touched on that.
in a blink of an eye, it could be gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That is interesting though.
It was obviously pretty drastic when he said it. Like motivation's
I
not
know.
even real. Like get that out of your head. Like you're a loser. But like,
It's just-
But then it made me think though. Like how real is it? Is it something that we use as an excuse? Oh, I'm not feeling motivated today. So like maybe my body needs to rest, or maybe I shouldn't wake up at 5, or like maybe I shouldn't go to the gym and I should just chill.
Yeah. I would agree.
Right?
I think for sure. Because how many times do you want to get up that early?
I mean, whenever the alarm's going off, anytime before like 6:30, 7 o'clock, it's hard.
Yeah, you don't want to get up.
You don't.
Why would you want to get up?
The only times I ever jumped out of bed, I'm not gonna lie, at 5 o'clock was when we went to go play basketball.
Oh, I know.
It was like it was never a struggle.
Yeah,
when that
basketball's
alarm went
easy.
off and it was like we're going to play at Batavia at 5 a.m. Like
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Let's go rock and roll.
Yeah,
let's go kick
rock
some
and
ass.
roll.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe like we all just need to start going to play basketball at 5. But in all seriousness, though, like it made me think.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think kind of going back to what you had said on getting out ahead of the curve and going the extra mile and doing things. And I think when you talked about surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals, right? If you want to go far, go with the pack. If you want to go fast, run alone. I think what that does by surrounding yourself with all of these high-performing individuals who are going to push you and make sure that you're doing what needs to be done, I don't think that's going to motivate you, but I think what that's going to do is it's going to instill habits in you, which are going to lead to discipline.
Yeah. For sure.
Right?
Right. So it's just so it's the foundation that leads to
Exactly.
the end destination.
Like it's
of
building
discipline.
that foundation with those bricks because
Yeah.
when you guys are all going to the gym together at 5 o'clock
Yeah.
and you're forming those habits, right? You're not waking up motivated. You're waking up disciplined because like I have to do it.
Yeah.
I have to go meet my boys. I have to go meet my girls at the gym. We're going to be doing X, Y, and Z. I made a promise to not only myself, but to the group, to the community that I'm going to deliver.
Yeah.
Every day I'm going to be there.
Yeah. You have to.
That's not motivation. That's discipline.
That is discipline, right? And then through that, you might be
You know
able
what
to,
I mean?
Yeah, and you might be able to spark some motivation through that discipline. Though,
Yeah.
right. Because if you're disciplined, right, you get up at 5:30. You don't feel motivated. You don't want to get there.
Yeah.
But then maybe you get to the gym because of because you're disciplined.
Yeah.
Then you see someone else working. Like, oh shit, I'm motivated to
Yeah.
do what they're doing. So I think discipline could lead to motivation from that perspective. But I don't think motivation leads all. I don't think.
Yeah. I got a question for you too, and I know like I'm just like I feel like I'm like interviewing
we're
you
firing
at this
here.
point. Like
Yeah.
I'm firing all these questions.
I like it though.
What do you think is more important, or like what do you think is as a heavier influence, motivation or inspiration?
I would say being inspired.
Yeah,
I think inspiration.
Yes.
Because think about it. Okay, let me ask you this: who was your favorite baseball player growing up?
David Ortiz, my favorite baseball player of all time.
And he probably inspired you to play baseball in some capacity, right?
To keep playing.
You didn't like what he was doing. You didn't like. He didn't talk about being motivated to go to the gym or motivated to do this. It was just who he was that inspired
and just
you.
his success and just
100%.
How consistent he was. Yeah.
So I would say to your point, case in point, inspiration.
Yeah.
How about you?
I would agree. It sounds so cheesy, but every single time that I'm like driving down the road and I see like an older individual, right, running on the side of the road, I always get inspired because I'm sitting here and I'm like, what the fuck's my excuse?
Right. They're
That
out there
person's out there getting after it, especially when I see them running around and it's like 34, 40 degrees, right? What's my excuse?
Right.
I get inspired by that. Or when I see like the overweight person at the gym, like getting after it and like pushing themselves, and I could tell that they're uncomfortable, right? Maybe to be at the gym or maybe to be doing the exercise. Like I'm inspired by that.
100%.
What's my excuse?
There is no excuse.
There is no excuse.
But we make an excuse.
Right? Or like the older person, right? Who's kind of like, you can definitely tell like the mobility and moving around the gym is tough. Like I'm inspired by that.
Mm-hmm. That's
like
wild.
motivation comes and goes. And it's like, of course, I'll put on like a song that's going to get me jacked up, tuned up. But like inspiration, I think is going to lead to so much more. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's something that me and you are both extremely passionate about, primarily like with these platforms and with this podcast and everything. We want to build communities, not only to like motivate people to become the best that they can be, but also to inspire them to like strive to be better, to be greater, like become the best version of yourself. Like inspiration is something that we are deeply passionate about. Leaving that imprint, right? Because whenever it's time, right, for the Lord to call us home, whenever that is, hopefully it's not for a very long time. The inspiration and the imprint that we leave on the community is the most important. And it's like, that's what I do everything for. That's what you do everything for, right? Not only to give a better life to our family, our friends, or whatever it is that we're chasing after, but to leave that imprint, positivity, and inspiration, and change, everything, right?
How do you? No, 100%, dude.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that I don't know. I don't want to feel like I'm like peppering you with all these questions. It's like
this is great.
We're kind of flowing.
They're just flowing, dude.
Yeah.
If they're flowing, if it's flowing, it's going, dude. Just let it run. What do you? So, kind of on the same trend here, the same topic. How do you inspire someone though? Whether it's from work or whether it's from
I'm actually
life?
so happy that you asked that, man. And I had this conversation with Alex the other day on the YouTube, primarily when it comes to these videos, and it's by being authentic and not shying away from like, oh, I don't have like the biggest house right now or like the best car. I don't like make the most money in the world or all this kind of stuff, but like just being me, comfortable in my own skin and sharing my story and talking about not only the good things and the wins and like showing the workouts and tracking that kind of progress and all that, but also talking about the bad times and talking about the rough days and like when life knocks you down, like not quitting and committing to whatever it is and showing up day in and day out to achieve and reach your dreams and become the best version of yourself, because we're all battling with something. We're all struggling with something, right? What defines us is like our actions and how we overcome the adversity, not by how we win, but like how we lose and all that. And I think, for me, at least, what I'm passionate about is showing the darker side, because everybody on social media and on the internet and all that kind of stuff is always talking about and showing the wins, but who's talking about the tough times? Because more often than not, and I said it in my most recent YouTube video, like life is hard. Life's going to knock you down and it's going to test you. Like, how are we going to overcome that? And I think like how you inspire people and you leave the most lasting imprint is not by showing the money in the cars and all that kind of stuff, right? But it's by talking and being vulnerable in the dark times and like walking through your journey, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and showing people like, hey, I'm human just like you. If I can overcome losing my job, if I can overcome losing the job and this relationship, and I can put myself out there and take this leap of faith to build a community and platform, if I can do it, you can too. And I hope that answered your question.
It does, dude.
Yeah,
it does. And I think what's tricky with that, as you were talking, I was literally walking through that journey with you.
Yeah.
Right? I was literally in my head, I was walking through it with you. And something that stuck out into my mind is like, once all that happens, once you get to making whatever you want to make, having everything that you've wanted to because you worked your tail off for it and you have struggled, you're going to get to a point where people are just going to look at that side of you and not your journey or your story, which sucks. And we've talked about this in the dark side of creation.
100%. It's the dark side of creation, right? Is people are always going to jump to conclusions.
For sure.
Right?
But if you could stay true, like you said, to
If
who
you
you
can
are,
stay true to it.
none of all that is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Doesn't even matter.
It's almost like if you fast forward like, 3-4 years, whatever, and we've built up these platforms, we've built this community and all that kind of stuff. If you see a comment on there like, oh, overnight success, okay, well, you're definitely new to the platform. You haven't been here since day one because you know that this ain't no overnight success. This is years and years and years in the making.
Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest things, and I was talking about it with Alex, is, at least for me, is I used to almost be like ashamed of my story, ashamed of the struggle.
Same.
Like embarrassed of like getting let go from my job, embarrassed of like money getting tight, embarrassed of like dealing with substances and all that kind of stuff. And then I realized when I, a couple years ago or whatever it was, I woke up one day and I was like, why am I embarrassed of this? Like, this is me. This is my story. This is what's made me who I am sitting here on March 7th in 2025. Right. And so why shy away from that? I would rather lean into it and own it because like that's me wholeheartedly. So like when I'm sharing the story and I'm sharing these struggles, the people that it resonates with, these are the people I want in the community. The people that are going to judge it are not the people that I want in it. So like
Correct.
I want to build something authentic and real. So I'm going to lean into it. And that's what's going to lead to inspiration, right? Because the money in the cars and all that kind of stuff, like it's cool. But like, is that going to inspire change? No.
I mean,
maybe.
Is it for the right reasons?
For the right reasons, though, yeah.
Right. Because you'll enjoy that car for a month. It'll be exciting for a month.
At the end of the day,
maybe
it's just
two.
a car. It's just a car.
And then after a while, it's like, oh, I want something different.
Yeah, but what about giving back to the community? What about creating a safe environment for people who want to talk about mental health, substances, who just got let go from their job, who just, a 10-year relationship just went down the drain. They lost a family member or a friend. What about that? That's where like the real change is.
Yeah.
And that's what I told William. You know what I mean? We had a very long conversation about this and he's like, Jeffrey, like I feel like I'm focused on all the wrong things. And I was like, well, first off, just like you said earlier in this episode, acceptance is huge, or like realizing like what the fault is and then like making those minor changes. And I was like, where you really start to gain a lot of positive things in life is not chasing money. It's not chasing material things. It's chasing change in yourself, in other people, and leaving people in a better state than when you met them, right? It's just like when you enter in a room, you want to leave that room better than when you found it or when you entered it. In whatever capacity that might be, right?
Absolutely.
Maybe it's rearranging these pillows on the couch. Maybe it's just heightening and raising the energy a little bit, right? On a gloomy day like today, I always make the jokes when I go into med spas, right? Bringing the energies, like Johnny Sunshine, Johnny Celsius. Somebody's got to bring the energy on a gloomy day. Whatever capacity it is, chasing that change.
It's going to be you.
It's going to be all of us.
Yeah,
it's what we're
sure.
doing. It's literally what we said that we wanted to do from episode 1 on this.
Yeah.
Was create a positive impact and create a safe space, whether it's for a 15-minute episode, 20-minute episode, 30-minute episode, 3-hour episode, where you guys can come here and leave better at the end of the episode. Whether it's comedic relief, whether it's relatability, whether it's mental health, or it's just maybe giving you tips and tricks and some nuggets to implement into your life, whatever it is, we just want to leave you better at the end of the episode of the one-step journey than when you click start.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
And if we're not, then we're doing something wrong.
Yeah,
but
then we're doing something wrong. Hopefully, like it doesn't always have to be like the craziest things.
No.
It
just could be something subtle and could change someone's life that we don't realize. Or hopefully we do realize because they're letting us know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What about you? I know I just talked, I just went on like a very long rabbit hole, got kind of fired up.
Yeah.
But what about you? How do you feel like with what you're doing, what do you lean on when you're looking to inspire people?
Just remembering who I am.
Yeah.
I think remembering who I am, remembering, how, like you said, how can I make someone else's life easier?
Yeah.
Right. How can I help a customer save more money?
Yeah.
Right. How can I tell them that? Right. Something that I've learned this probably last couple of weeks is that I'm not here to sell you. I'm here to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, like, this is what we have. I'm not going to sell you this.
Yeah.
You've been sold by Johnny, Timmy, and Noah the other week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Johnny, Timmy, and Noah.
Yeah, whoever they are, shout out to them.
Yeah.
But it's just telling them and being empathetic with people and just understanding and just listening and having those true conversations with them.
Yeah.
For example, you touched on a point here about, someone who's been in a 10-year relationship or, that they just got out of. And I have a friend of mine who, I'm not going to name any names, but was in a 10-year marriage and they're no longer together.
Yeah.
They had a couple kids together and, you can tell that eats at people, right? So being there to lean on someone, he can lean on me, to listen. Give him maybe some perspective.
Yeah.
This is something that's helped me. And him and I grabbed some breakfast this week, and it was awesome. I wish we could have had another hour together, but we had to get to work, unfortunately. So it's just in being real and just enjoying what matters most.
Yeah.
Right. And I've talked about this before, but people want to be heard and they want to be loved.
Yeah.
That's all that it is.
Simple.
It's really simple. And we make it more complicated by chasing the money, by chasing that, by chasing ambition.
Status, whatever it is, yeah.
And that's all great, but don't forget who you are at the core.
Yeah.
And what value you can bring to people, and understand that everyone is in a different phase in life.
Yeah.
And they may not want to hear what you have to say. Maybe it's the timing thing.
Yeah.
You don't know where they're at in life. They could have someone broke up with them. Someone yelled at them on the phone.
Whatever it is.
And they got into a car accident in the morning. You don't know.
Yeah.
Right. So when I'm calling people, I'm having that approach. Like, hey, I don't know where they're at. I'm just going to be real, authentic, true, but also understanding. And you have that same principle in life with people.
Yeah.
Because everyone's different.
Yeah.
So that's something
I completely agree.
That's something I strive for every single day. And it's not
that.
always easy. But the more you talk about it, the more you do, the more you be about it.
Yeah.
The more consistent, the more true that you are of who you are in life, and not trying to be someone else on the internet out there. Because let's be real, we all will consume information on social media.
Tons of stuff.
And that's fine, but also understanding that that's not you.
Yeah. And I think by going about it with that approach, you're not going to match with every single person, every single cold call, every single sales op, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
But you're going to match with the right people.
Absolutely. But that's hard though sometimes.
It is hard.
So have just understanding
Patience.
that. Patience and understanding will take you a long way.
Yeah. I think another thing that's absolutely huge when it comes to looking to inspire people and build a community and all that is you have to make sure that you're passionate about what you're doing.
That is true.
Because like when we do this never feels like a chore. Like I look forward to this.
Yes.
When I do like the YouTube, even like the late nights and all that kind of stuff, like I'm passionate about that. I want to do that.
Yeah.
So it's like make sure I enjoy it, right? It never feels like, oh my God, I got to do this. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't dread it. And so even sometimes when I feel burnt out, honestly, but I'm still, like in other aspects, like long days after work, all that kind of stuff. And I feel burnt out, but I get on the computer and like it all melts away and I get into kind of like my creative zone. But being passionate about what you're doing, whatever it is, right? And, just to say this real quick, when it comes to, we've mentioned, life's not about the money and the fast cars and all that kind of stuff. We're not saying like aspiring to have nice things and all that kind of stuff is bad. But like if that's what's at the core, we might have to have a conversation about slight readjustment. Like it's not a bad thing to want like the new Benz and like a nice, beautiful house and all that kind of stuff, right? But if all you care about is like monetary and all you care about is material things, we need to have an honest conversation about maybe where the priorities are. Maybe some people, right? But
100%, dude. I mean, everyone's different. But you also got to realize, and I think another, just to add on to that real quick too, is that some people need to go through that.
Yeah, you have to
realize that, hey, this isn't who I want to become. And it is empty. And then, okay, now you got to reassess and realign.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, there's been times where I've gone down that path.
Yeah.
I think we all have to some capacity.
Yeah. Oh,
one
absolutely.
of this, one of that.
Absolutely.
And you're striving for that. And then you get down that path and you have a wake up call because you've either had a conversation with a client or this, and it's like, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like how that felt.
I don't like
who I'm becoming.
I don't like how I'm sounding.
No,
yeah, it's
not
too
at
much.
all. It's you're like the 99%, and it's just not. It's gonna catch up to you at some point.
I remember one of the biggest things that stuck out to me was one of my first mentors. Shout out to Scott. And he told me, he was like, Jeffrey, because I was a little bit younger, a little bit more naive just about life. And I told him, I wanted the Range Rover and the big house and the money. And he's like, Jeffrey, like, people don't give a shit about that. They don't care about the car that you have or the house that you have or the watch that you have or the suit that you're wearing. People don't remember that kind of stuff. They remember how you treated them and how you made them feel.
Absolutely.
Right?
Simple.
Like the thought of you getting into the Lamborghini and driving off, like, yeah, that's cool, but they forget that. They remember how you treated them. You were an asshole, they'll remember you as Jeffrey the asshole. It doesn't matter. Jeffrey the asshole in the Range Rover, no.
Doesn't matter.
It's Jeffrey the asshole.
Yeah.
Right?
It.
Or if you're like that amazing guy with the amazing energy and like you did something extremely nice for them and you inspired them and changed your life in some sort of way, that's how they remember you.
Absolutely.
Right?
100%.
So it's like, why are you focused on that when you're focusing on the wrong things? You chase the impact, you chase the change, success in whatever capacity it is that you're searching for follows.
Yeah. It's all in due time, brother.
All in due time. You have to be patient too, man.
Wow.
This ended up turning into a really fire episode.
It did. I like this. Wow. Just went through. I love this though.
This was good. It was good. I think we'll leave it there. There could always be a part 2 of this. We'll dangle the carrot. As he said, guys, thank you so much for tuning back in, taking another step with us on this journey, on your journey, whatever journey you may be on. We're proud of you. Keep taking that one step each and every day. I say it every single week. Thank you guys so much for the continuous support, showing up week in and week out and listening to these episodes. We really appreciate all the amazing words, the encouragement, and love that you guys have been showing. As you guys know, new videos every single Tuesday. Thank you so much for listening, watching, viewing, and subscribing.
Let's go.
We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.